we don't have any live streams. It's like your mom being like, "Go, ladies!" Like, Mom,
that's every week. My mom logs in and goes,
Every
"Go, boys!
Yep.
You guys are the best.
Yeah.
Mom,
Matt, you're the most handsome."
Yep. Mom checks in now and again to make sure that we're doing okay. We're not using too many bad
You
words.
guys are really podcasting it up out there.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Is this what most podcasters do?
we are now live on the tubes. So,
Tubing it up.
tubing it. Oh shit, man! That could go so many directions.
Take your pick.
However,
Whatever road you want to take.
what's up,
Or
guys?
river.
Or I was gonna say whatever lazy river you want to take.
No,
That's right.
have you ever done that Laughlin, like the river tube thing?
I have done that.
I heard it's a shit.
Oh yeah,
but I
the
was-
River Regatta.
Fuck
But
that.
I
I heard
didn't
it's
do
a
it.
shit
You know
show,
the
dude.
name.
Fuck
It wasn't like I might have started that, I think, because I just did it with like my buddy and like some other dudes. I don't even remember who else. Way back in the day, the 90s, and
Oh yeah.
yeah. Now apparently it's popular.
People in shorts,
You're
all
welcome.
and drinking. They're like, "Hey, that looks like fun. See you guys
Look at that
same place,
guy.
same
Tammy,
weekend next year."
Tammy and I did it early on.
Look at that
when
hairy
we-
ass guy with his gut
Yes.
hanging out of the tube. Like, we should do
That would
that.
be like that guy.
That guy's having a blast.
Tammy and I did it early on when we first started dating. So this is 2010 or 11, and it was a giant catastrophe, and everybody almost died. It was just the
That's what makes it fun.
when I'm the only one that's sober and everybody else
That's
is
your problem.
Yes,
Hans.
100%
That's why
my.
you didn't have
your
fun.
I
problem,
knew
Hans.
I knew going into it that it was going to be a problem, but that's what happened.
But you do that, like, so you know better. Like, you should have been able to identify, like, oh, this is going to be a shit show for me.
I should have just put a life jacket on my girlfriend and a lanyard onto my waist, and like everybody else could die. Like we almost missed the whole point where the whole time we were supposed to, like the area we were supposed to get out of the water. I had to tie on a rope to the rafts and swim all the way across the river to the other side to then pull everybody in because we missed it.
You know, that's the basis of the I gotta make cacas story. Is my brother and his buddy were doing the Kings River or whatever up north, and they'd been drinking cocktails out of a cooler all day. Like, you had two options. Think about it.
If-
They're not
look.
even drinking beer floating down the river. They're drinking cocktails. That's
if the
shit-faced
ladies-
they got.
They probably had like 6 different kinds of alcohol, and then
Exactly,
like they're the
yes.
cocktail that has like rum, tequila, vodka, a little Sprite, and some Minute Maid thrown in there.
And then the other one that had
So
all
you-
the other liquor
So
that
you guys have
didn't
done it.
mention.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then at the end of the story is my brother's buddy had almost shit his pants trying to get out of a tent at the middle.
We're
in
not-
the middle of the
we're
night.
not gonna-
I gotta make cacas, and he's screaming in a campground, and he didn't make it, and he ended up wiping his ass with a paper plate with coleslaw on it. Pretty awesome.
Ladies, I'm
Good
sorry.
story. Those are just the highlights.
That's the short
Yeah.
version.
That's a 20-minute story. You got 30
yes.
seconds.
That's the short version of the I Gotta Make Cacas, because
I Gotta Make
the
Cacas.
I Gotta Make Cacas story is one of the all-time I've probably heard it 30 times at this point, and I cry every time I hear it.
great.
So that's for another day.
I was like, I would like to hear the full version of
I
that
want the
story.
full,
I
yeah.
want-
You gotta hit. It's a campfire story.
Oh, it is a
so-
campfire story. You guys got to come hang out with us at the campfire.
That's right.
To get
You
that
get
one.
the
I mean,
full. That was the edited version too. So
Yes.
you get the full unedited version. Just his face. He couldn't get out of the tent, and my brother's sitting there by a campfire. He's like, "You guys hear something?" And it's like a whisper from like 50 yards away. Help! Help! I gotta make tacos.
I always-
Who is that?
whenever
And they
you
go over
tell
to the
that
tent,
story-
and it's Abe. And his face is—he's trying to squeeze his head out of the tent. The zipper's stuck.
Whenever you tell that story, I picture Jim Carrey trying to
Yeah.
get out of the rhinoceros.
Exactly.
Oh my god! Why does that give me a visual when Jim Carrey comes
You
out of
just
the
said
right?
that.
Oh, that what you said?
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
so hard.
All right, we've kicked this off. 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, it is 6:30. We are live on YouTube Tuesday night, as we usually are on all Tuesday nights, and we just started this whole stream off just crying about the I Gotta Make Caca story.
We already started off with that.
And
I gotta make cacas.
Matt told the abridged version of the I Gotta Make Caca story to the ladies, and I feel like it resonated.
It hits every time.
Yeah, it's one of those stories. Like, it really doesn't matter who the audience is. It pretty much just works its way in there, and you laugh and you have a good time. Tonight, the class.
Thank you.
Listen,
thank
this
you
is
for qualifying that.
See,
you have a good time.
And you have a good time. This is the level of class that you get from our show, and the ladies are aware of that. Kelly and Paige from McRey Motorcross are joining us tonight. How are you doing tonight, ladies?
Well, after that story,
you're doing great. Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't that guy that had to make caca. Let me tell you.
he's still alive and well, as far as I know. I mean,
we need to get him on the show to tell his side of the story.
Also, he has a nickname. This has never been said before. He has a nickname, Butters. He has a nickname, Butters. I played baseball with him for a few years, and his name Butters because he used to wear a white T-shirt, but it always had like yellow stains on his arms, so we called him Butters.
Oh, jeez.
He's got brown stains, yellow stains.
Yes, this guy's a train wreck.
I was not there for the guy to make cacas. That's just I heard that story just to qualify.
Oh, geez.
But I can confirm he was Butters for a reason.
So let's go back to October of 2021, I think. We were at Off-Road Expo when it was at the Ontario Convention Center, and we were outside, and the McRey ladies were a couple rows behind us in their booth, and we were walking around doing our thing with the microphones, and I feel like we spent a half an hour at your guys' booth just telling stories and laughing and having a good time with you guys. And ever since then, so that's almost 3 years now, we've been non-creepily watching you in the background explode.
Whoa.
I had to clarify, because every time I say I'm watching you on the background or following you
but
on
it's
LinkedIn.
Like, it's creepy if you say it's not creepy.
You're making it creepier by saying
in a totally platonic, non-creepy way.
Maybe concern for our well-being.
Yes. We've been following you guys, and you guys have been doing an amazing job of just blowing up and getting your brand out there, and using all of the different social media platforms and all of the opportunities to do things. And I want to start by having a little bit of a background conversation about what got you started, like going back like a recap of where we were before, and then kind of talk about what you guys have done so far, because I think that in watching you guys do this, and Kelly, you'd made the comment earlier about getting your face beat in, trying to build a small business. You guys also seem to be having a lot of fun and doing it together. I'm sure you want to strangle your sister on a regular basis. But each of you probably want to look. I don't have to spend nearly as much time with these three as you guys spend together. And I'm like, we got to cut this show over. It's like it's done early because I don't want to talk to them anymore. So let's go back. When did so I know, and if I was good at my job, I would find out what episode that was. But it was right around October of 2020.
Yep.
21.
I'm sorry, 21. You guys had been writing and doing stuff and outdoorsy stuff. Tell me about like that background and how you ended up with the idea for McRey.
Yeah. So we've grown up just doing literally all the things. I think we first started dirt biking when I was 10 and you were 7. Came home from school one day and there were 2 dirt bikes in our garage, and our dad was like, "You're going to learn how to ride dirt bikes." And
does your dad want to hang out at my house?
Is your dad looking to adopt?
Does your dad want a 50-year-old
older brother for you guys?
You can have him. You can borrow him for the weekend.
Yeah.
We'll give him to you.
He'll invite you over for boys' nights on the weekend. Yeah.
Again, I'm just looking for a dirt bike.
Parties. Oh yeah.
Whatever
Brand.
the circumstances of me getting a dirt bike, that's what I'm down for.
And I can confirm that he's willing to do just about anything for a dirt bike. So
Yeah, so and then shortly after that, this semi truck pulled up in front of our house, and we were like, what is this dirt biking sport? And it literally dropped off a crate, and inside the crate was a go-kart of sorts with a full roll cage. And Dad built that, and we had some fun rolling that into barbed wire fences and flipping it over some hills in Gorman. But yeah, fishing is Kelly's deal. Like, love ocean fishing and lake fishing, and basically just doing, I think, a lot of the non-traditional sports and traditional sports as well. But fast forward kind of through our developmental years, and it was 2020, right? Yeah, because we were in the middle of COVID. We were living together. My jersey ripped, and so I went to shop for a new one. Like, I literally just wanted the same one, couldn't find it anywhere, and I started getting really frustrated because I then realized no jersey on the market matched my pants, and I couldn't find the jersey that I had that matched my pants. So not only did I now have to buy a new jersey, but if I wanted to look cute and not like a freak, like, I was gonna have to buy new pants too. And so
wow, hold on,
Cody, can you describe the last time you saw me ride what I was riding in?
I was just gonna say, we have to unpack that because
if the shoe fits,
It's a real thing, because
Hey,
this is
I'm
how
not
Zen was when
denying.
he got his dirt bike. It's exactly how Zen was. I was like, oh, these are cool pants. They don't match my jersey.
yeah,
Yeah, but they're cool pants.
but that was my point, is that there's I would say the majority of people are like, I'm gonna get a pants and jersey that match. And Matt was like, I got some camo pants and a New Orleans Saints jersey. That's my riding gear.
Exactly. That's how I rolled.
Go to our YouTube page and go all the way to the back. And one of the first videos is a video of Matt and I riding in Glamis, and you'll see Super Matt in action in the jersey, just bombing through the dunes. It's one of our favorite videos of all times. But
we're definitely gonna go look that up.
But Matt is not concerned about whether or not his jersey matches.
There was a time where it was like, yeah, no, I like matching. Like, if I can get that was early on. Like, oh, I scored some Thor gear or whatever, and it matched my pants and my jersey. And then it sucks because maybe I outgrew the pants first, or maybe I outgrew the jersey first. Like, you get those combos and you never outgrow them both at the same time. It's like, well, I guess I need some new pants. So then, well, I'll just ride in these shorts. Like, I'm not going to crash, like, whatever. So, you don't have riding pants. You just ride in some shorts. Maybe it's just some corduroys. It doesn't matter. Something you don't care about. And then you have that jersey. And the next thing you know, you outgrow that jersey. What am I going to do? Get another combo of a combo outfit?
The thought buying a new outfit.
Yes.
Hey, I got this
the
here.
worst.
I got this old Saints jersey. And so I started riding in that.
Hold on.
Well, you are not our target market, Matt. And I also think that we've known that since when we first met you
100%.
guys,
Already
and we
knew.
were trying to get Matt in a crop top.
Smart marketing, guys. Don't pander to him.
No, but I would wear your jersey. Like, I think your jerseys are cool. Like,
They're
with the butterfly
super
and
cool.
Whatever.
100%.
I want to know, Jose, do you wear shorts because you know you're not going to crash, or did you go get a full outfit?
No, I have a full outfit.
I want to see Matt ride a dirt bike in a jersey with a butterfly on.
Well, so let's go back to that. I want to call out the fact that in October of 2020, we offered to be models for McRey Motocross
that's right.
and do the crop tops and do the
cost you more
whole
now
thing,
because-
and we never ever got a call. All I'm saying,
I never got an
is
email.
I've been rejected a lot in my life. I mean, look at me. That hurt. That
No,
stung.
because your talent exceeds what our marketing budget can afford.
Oh
can
my
I-
goodness.
Cody,
Can I also say-
did you forward them my trailer modeling videos?
Yes.
Or
Oh,
True.
I don't know if you saw
He has
Casey's.
experience
Yes.
modeling things.
Casey does
and for
some
things.
Yeah,
On
Casey's.
things.
I know. I don't think we can pay you guys what you're worth. We're working with
Thank you.
free.
Wow, that was a really good deflection.
I was gonna
Paige.
say it's
I'm
gonna-
gonna say kudos to you for
It's
that.
going to cost you more money now because technically I'm fatter.
You're
and
gonna
I
need
think
more
it's gonna be
material.
more material.
Way more
than
material.
the first time I offered.
I have some extra material, so that's what the snaps are for. We'll open them up, and then we'll just sew more material.
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go. Like
Yeah.
a gown when you're in the hospital. Just leave the back open.
Take the picture from the front.
That's right.
Our holiday
And
campaign.
then I'll wear it the other way if you want some behind shots.
So
Look, I'm willing to work. I'm a professional.
If
I'm a
McRey doesn't
professional.
go viral off of that, I don't know what will.
yeah.
I don't know what will.
I don't know if that's the attention
Yes,
you want.
it's there. Well, there's a demographic there. We just you gotta figure out.
Do they ride dirt bikes?
I don't know. So it's 2020. You can't find a matching jersey, and you're like, oh my goodness, this is the worst. And so
Yeah.
what happens then?
Started searching what else is out there for women's gear, and just noticed that there's literally nothing. And what is out there is either pink or teal. And it looks like an afterthought of what, like, the men were all sitting around the table designing the new gear for men. And then they were like, oh, shoot, the women. Well, make it smaller, turn it pink, and it's fine.
I feel like they took a boy's jersey and made it pink. Like that. Like they took a little boy's jersey and just changed. Because my wife, same thing. She's got a couple jerseys from when she was riding and stuff, and they're basically the same design, same cut as like a little boy's jersey. Just it was teal and black.
Yeah, and we had been talking about it for years, like as we were writing, because we always had like hand-me-downs or like shopping in the boys section, and it was just like it never, even if we liked the colors, like we finally found one, it never fit right either. They'd be super long, or like they wouldn't really cut to your curves or anything. There's just nothing that was really made for us. And I was gonna say something after that.
The only thing we can find that's cut to our curves is a beach ball. That's it. That's the only curvature we've got.
But yeah, and I think the other thing too, like, we noticed that so many, and I understand why, but so many jerseys are just covered in logos. Like,
that's what I was gonna say.
Logos all over. And I get why, and I understand the marketing behind that, especially on the men's side. And so many, I think, obviously it's a male dominated sport. So many younger boys want to grow up to be in Supercross. But for us, that's not our goal. Like, that's not our dream. That's not our goal. And not to say like it's not cool, but we're just like, what about something for the everyday woman who wants to like look feminine and look cute while they're out there riding, I don't need 18 logos. Like, I'm not going to pretend to be sponsored. No one sponsors me. I just want to look cute.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, because we grew up riding and whatnot, but like Paige said, we grew up doing all these other hobbies. Like, dirt biking was not like our sport. It was another hobby we did that we enjoyed, and there was like a season for all the things we did, and none of the gear seemed to really like adapt to that type of lifestyle. Like, everything is very racer driven, and that can be really intimidating, especially when you're trying to enter a sport and you're like, wow, I don't want to look like I know what I'm doing, because I don't, and then I want to like false advertise. And we were like, where can we set the bar where like build the gap for women, where we're providing gear that's like, that looks approachable, like that's cute, that fits me, and that looks like what I want to be in the sport, and like honoring where you're at versus like trying to fit into this mold that really only fits like a certain sector of the industry. And I feel like there's this whole other side of just like the hobbyists that are out there because they like to do it and just want to, again, look good or feel good and whatnot.
And the women who don't even, like, we meet so many women who say, I've always wanted to dirt bike, but I just feel like it's not for me, or I'm scared, or it's intimidating. I don't know how to start or where to go. And so we just realized, like, I mean, obviously all of this whole explanation is like developed over the past few years. Cause when we first came up with the idea, it was like pretty selfish with just like we're like,
we want to look cute.
What's the dream jersey what's the dream jersey I want to wear? And it literally within 30 minutes, we had our name, our slogan, in I think a couple days we had like 18 jersey designs. Like we had colored pencils. Our living room was just like covered in sketches of different jersey designs.
Yeah.
And I think within the first like 2 weeks, we hired a brand developer and a graphic designer to start working on our logos. And I honestly can't believe we sent it that hard, because it like feels really surreal that we just like really sent it. Like, I feel like we're both kind of you're more so hobbyist, but like we're both pretty impulsive. And so the fact that we both just like, you know what?
Why don't we just start a company?
Why the fuck not? And then all of a sudden we're like spending like thousands of dollars like developing this company, and we're like, wait.
Snowballs so quickly. Like once you, and we were like into it obviously, so I feel like that was a part of it, but like she was working like a full-time like big time job. I was applying to graduate school. Like we were not in like a, man, we got to find our life's purpose. Like we thought we had life's purpose. We're like, this seems like a fun thing and we could like do this and it would be good. It snowballed like we're almost 3 years into it. Never went to grad school. Moved home with our parents.
Some of the best ideas are just, it's a thought and then a strike of lightning and then you end up here. Like that's a lot of that is, you know, I don't think there's a right way to do it. You know, especially we've talked to so many people that there's the one side of the spectrum that says, if you want it, just sell everything and do it. And then the other spectrum that says, take your time, develop it, you know, do it, whatever works for you guys, man. And you guys are obviously making it, you're obviously progressing in a way that has made it enjoyable for you, because like I've said, any of the stuff, any of your content that you watch, you guys are still having a good time. And you're continuing to put out more and more and more products. And it looks like, you know, if you go to McRey MX, if you go, did I spell it wrong?
Yes.
McRey MX.
You said A.
Yeah. Did I? I'm not smart. You guys know that. So, but my point, if you go to McRey MX, there's like multiple categories now with streetwear and graphics and all that stuff. And the design aesthetic from your jerseys has made their way over to T-shirts and hats and all that stuff, to where it's more than just dirt bike gear. You guys are starting to build a lifestyle brand.
Yeah, and I think that's, you know, what we've realized, because, you know, Kelly said like we were both kind of like going on our own paths, and in starting this we realized that this is the marriage of both of our both of us and our passions and everything that we love, and realizing that we can also help a community of women who don't have someone to look up to, or, you know, a reason to get into it. Not just motocross, like any extreme sport specifically, like any sport that's male dominated, where you feel like, I don't think I can get into that. Like, I don't see a lot of women doing it. And yeah, I feel like through that journey, we realized we're like, this is our this is our calling. This is our passion. Like and that's the reason that we've kept going, you know, through the years, because it's, like, I mean, we joke that some days it feels like we're just completely mangled, because it's definitely not always easy, but it definitely makes it easy to want to do when we're doing something that we love and that we're passionate about, and we see the impact that it's having on the industry and on other women. And I think even a bigger sector for us that we haven't fully focused on yet, but that it's coming down the pipeline, is youth. Mm-hmm. And really speaking to younger girls, that they can absolutely ride a dirt bike. They don't have to dream of going to Loretta's if they don't want. If they do, totally cool. But if they don't want to, that's okay too.
Yeah.
And creating a whole line for young girls to feel like they belong in the sport.
Mm-hmm. And thinking about this, Matt's gonna balk. Can I turn off Matt's microphone from here?
I don't know if it's working anyhow. So.
Did you say something?
His lips are moving, but
I feel like there's another crossover for you guys in the form of mountain biking or cycling, or there's a lot of I've noticed There's a lot of women in the mountain biking world, just like there are in the motocross world, and it's a lot of the same aesthetics, and it's a lot of the same male dominated, and it's a lot of the same needs and niche that probably could be served by a whole nother category for the stuff that you guys are making. I mean, not that someone couldn't just buy your off-road jersey and wear it, dirt biking, but I'm just saying, it's like, I feel like you guys are touching on something in a very small pool of women in motocross, and it's got so much more growth opportunities. How are you guys managing that? How are you guys working through the process of building a business from scratch, and then the day-to-day operations of keeping it going?
It's
Great question.
yeah.
We don't know.
Well, touching on the part you're saying about like getting into like BMX and cycling and whatnot, we've actually had quite a few women DM us who are like into BMX and want to be sponsored, and we have a vision. Like even when we first started, it's pretty wild how much our dream has cultivated from fulfilling a selfish need to like we see how much that what we're doing now translates not only into other sports, but into everyday life. Like we talk about this all the time. Like when you conquer something on a dirt bike and you feel so empowered, you're like, even if it's something small, you like did a new trail that was a little tricky and you're like, I feel good. And then you go into your job and someone offers a new project and you're like, you know what? I am going to take that project on. And I feel like we're so much about that. Like just get out there and say yes to things that you like. We hope to like have that sort of movement with women. And I think that does start so much, like there is so much empowerment within extreme sports, which is why we love it so much. And eventually we would love to move into like BMX, and we've talked about ocean fishing and wakeboarding and like all these other sports where there aren't a ton of options, at least we feel, that are like maybe match our styles or our fit. And hopefully like that translates not only other sports, but in everyday lives, just so like women are really like wringing the heck out of life and like getting every bit of it out of it. But we don't want to move. In that sense, it is funny because like there's certain things where you just got to full send and you're like, we're going to do it and hope for the best. But there's other times where we do have to take a step back and be like, okay, we have to really work hard on the motocross right now. That's like where we saw the need, what we love and what we're loving to do. And then when we have the capacity to give another sport the attention it deserves, and like we don't BMX. So at that point, if we moved into it, we would want someone on our team that would be able to offer real insight into that. Yes. Question in the back. See?
Thank you. Number one. Thank you so much.
That was perfect.
Wow. Why am I here? Like, I'm just going to sit back and Paige and Kelly are going to take care of it. Yeah.
Me. Number one, thank you for not riding regular bicycles because they're stupid. And number two, that's growth, right? You have to get out of your comfort zone. If you're in your comfort zone, where are you going to grow? You have to stretch out. You have to get uncomfortable to learn new skills, to experience new things. And yeah, kudos to you guys. I hope you do get into the bicycle or tricycle, whatever he's doing. I don't know.
Unicycle.
Unicycles.
Ooh,
Unicycles.
yeah.
There's money there.
I want a one wheel super bad, but I know I would ride it once, and then my life insurance would have to pay for the rest.
Yeah, you'd bust yourself up.
Yeah, 100%.
But that obviously that does translate over. I mean, I don't know how many goobers I see like on baseline, over by my house, just riding their bikes down the road.
Why are they goobers?
Have you seen the guys riding down the road? Like
they're probably goobers.
Okay, you're not talking about like mountain bike. You're talking about the people who are fully kitted on the street. Yeah.
Road bikers.
That's the same guys to me. I don't care.
There is a special place in hell for road bikers.
Yeah. You know what? I would love to see them try and pedal that shit over a dune or something like that. Good job, guys. You guys are great effort,
That's like, hey, nice spandex, but you know what? I did that in camo shorts over a sailor.
That's right. Don't you guys know about like the flow you get with some real cargo shorts? You get
tactical man shorts.
Yeah, tactical dad shorts. You get a lot of aeration. Look, there's a lot of positives there. I'm not going to get into that.
Oh gosh. Yeah, no, I think it's
no. That's where you're supposed to come in, Cody.
No, I think it's easy to get caught up in like all the things that you want to do. And I feel like this is kind of tying back both Cody and Matt, your questions. Like, there are so many things that we want to do, and we see so much opportunity for new ideas and new products, but we also, one, you just need money to do those things. And we, you know, being a small business, have to be really careful with how we use our funds, but also really making sure that our brand is established and that we're not growing quicker than what we can keep up with, and that we're not going to find ourselves in a place where our brand deflates in 5 years. Like, we have accepted that a slower growth model and a more organic growth model, and that's why you see us in like all of the YouTube videos and TikToks and all social media. Like, we sprinkle in our friends and our supporters here and there, because obviously, like, we love to see the support, and that's freaking awesome. But we really want people to get to know us and why. And that does take a little bit longer than just sending a bunch of jerseys to influencers and buying followers and whatnot. But if we do that, then are we really accomplishing what we want to do? Because, like, yes, selling is great and making money is great, and we need to do that to grow and to be a sustainable business. But that's not that's not our why. That's not why we're doing this. And so, yeah, you know, it's like the day-to-day, like, how do we decide to keep, like, what do we do to keep going, and like, how do we make decisions every day? It's just what's like right now, moto. Great question. Now moto is our focus, and really just making sure that we have a robust offering of adult jerseys for women. So right now we obviously have our 4, and they have their matching socks, and we're coming out with 4 more jerseys that are completely different styles than what we have. So hopefully through that, we will be able to touch on even more women's tastes and style preferences. And then also our pants, which have been like 2 years in the making. So those are, you know, they're rounding third, they're coming home. Like, we want to get those on the market and really have the time and the energy and give them the highlight reel that they deserve. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And youth jerseys too. So it's like, I feel like we have so much like moto stuff we still want to do before we start thinking about like BMX. I mean, any other sport really.
Yeah. And again, on like the brand establishment, like there's still so much we want, because anyone can, at the end, when you think about it, like so many manufacturers can make a women's jersey or can make this, and like, I mean, not our designs, obviously, but you know, obviously, but we want people to, I think, like kind of going back to like our childhood and like I mean, sometimes we want to kill each other, but really like we are like best friends, and like what we have with our family and like what we have with each other. And like Paige picks me up on my absolute worst days in a way that like no one else can. And like, it's about sharing that with our customers, and like, through our brand, like making them feel that way, like they can rely on McRey the same way we rely on each other and on our family, and like feel like they're a part of that. And I feel like we still have to like, it's really hard to like put yourself out there in content and like be authentic and do all that. And I think we still have so much growth to do there too, in addition to the product, and like making sure those are equally as good. So then when we do go off into other things and like big leaps, people are like, I know that brand. Like, I trust that brand. I'm going to follow them when they move on from that. Oh my
God, you said something about putting yourself out there and being authentic. And that's one thing about the two of you, that going back to 21, when we first met you, like, you guys are who you are. You're very much authentic. You're very much, you're not afraid to be yourselves. And you know, you put the good things out there and sometimes the bad things out there, and you work yourself through it. And I commend you guys for that, because you're not trying to be a brand image that you think will sell. You're being McRey MX, exactly who you are, what it is, and that will sell because people will connect with it. I honestly think that watching the two of you do what you do together and in the community is what will make the brand stronger, as opposed to like just a super well polished 30-second elevator pitch and, you know, fancy strategies. You know what I mean? All of those things are necessary for growth and business development, but it without the authenticity of the two of you, it just becomes another brand.
And that's really scary because that means like if it's something that you're not polishing and making up, like if people reject that, then you can go back to the drawing board and try again. But like if people reject us, it's like really hard. So that's like kind of I think the underlying fear, that sometimes comes with that. And so I like honestly, we were talking about, I was like, gosh, I got to give my hats off to like neither of us were very big into social media prior to this. And like we give our hats off to any content creators and people like influencers that are putting themselves out there. I'm like, honestly, it takes a lot of courage. And I found myself like posting something and being like, no. And we have so many moments where we like film something and then like we'll spend like hours filming something. We're like, that was trash. We gotta delete it and start over. Or like we'll start fighting. We always anytime we plan, because like our schedules are so different. So we like have to plan time during the week to film reels and TikToks. Every single time without fail that we put time on the calendar to film reels or TikToks, we fight. And we fight. We don't film and we just walk away and we're like, fuck that.
Yeah. But I honestly think that anytime a content creator or a brand or whatever puts themselves out there authentically, they will have an authentic connection with someone. Now, whether that's 100 people or 100 million people, don't know. But if you just put yourself out there genuinely, you will find a genuine audience, and then you have to work within the parameters of what that audience looks like.
Well, and I think
absolutely.
For this industry too, like, I hate to say it, but there's up until very recently, and even I would argue to this day, there's two places that women can be. And you can either be a sex symbol and you can be riding a dirt bike in your bikini, or you can be a total like bro man, like one of the boys, and like there's not really space for women to be anywhere other than those two things. And so for us, I feel like we are in the middle of those two things. Like we will not be posting content in our bikinis on a dirt bike. Like if we're at the lake and it's natural and organic, that, you know, whatever, but still we're not like, we're not trying to sell sex with our jerseys. It's like, that's not the type of community we want to create. Not that we're like shaming or hating anyone who does do that.
Yeah, because the sex jersey combo platter could probably capture a pretty good revenue.
What did you call it? A sex jersey combo platter?
I was trying to like the combo, like a McDonald's.
No, it's from Chili's. Like you
Make it a number 6. Yeah.
And I was going to say that you have a little bit better than we do, because like the women can be the sex symbol with the bikini on the motorcycle, or the bro. Like all I can be is the bro. Like no one wants to see me in a bikini on a motorcycle.
Like I said,
the sex symbol option left 20 years ago.
It was never an option, dude. Never an option.
But there is still my peak Saints jersey video.
Yes.
It's out there. You can find it.
Yes. But I think that's a very interesting assessment from women actively involved in the sport that find that niche for them in the middle doesn't exist, right? I mean, as you say those things, like you can be one or the other, I understand it. I can comprehend it. It makes sense to me. I see the two images that you're trying to convey. And then when you bring it to that middle point of still look good and the way you want to look, but also still participate as a relevant participant in the sport, I see what you're saying. I understand the position that you're trying to find there.
And I think like being authentic in that space. Sorry, Matt. No. Being authentic in that space allows other women who also feel the same way to show up and be themselves, and to like giving them permission, because we're silly, we're goofy, we'll do dumb stuff. Like I dropped a dirt bike like in the middle of the Min 400, like off the trailer, and it was just like we just had to like on her, and like everyone. everyone rushed over. I was like, don't touch me. Like, that was us, but like for us just to allow ourselves, like, you know what? Not everyone's going to like it. Not everyone's going to agree with it, but us showing up as ourselves and just being goofy and silly and funny and cussing sometimes and sometimes being angry and upset and like working through all those things, like it makes us real and we're not on a pedestal. And that, I think that allows other women, you know, not that they need the permission, but I think as a society, we do sometimes look to others for that permission to be ourselves. And I think we're slowly, like, that's what we're working towards, is like, and meeting other women at shows who do come up to our booth and are like, I've never seen anything like this. Like, oh my God, a shirt I can actually wear, like something that's actually cute, something that doesn't show my nipples, like all these things where we're like, yeah, it's just like normal women's clothes.
Is that,
like,
was that a consideration for you, Jose, when you went to shop for your gear?
That was
you
priority.
I
Priority
was gonna
one.
say it.
One.
I was gonna say you should make a men's shirt that shows the
It's
nipples.
just designed with nipples.
I was just waiting for Matt to be like, wait, so am I not going to get that nipple shirt or what?
I tell you,
He doesn't ride anymore.
I'll tell
All
you,
of Matt's shirts are nipple
our
shirts
nipple
at this
shirts.
point.
That's right. I can't help it. It doesn't matter.
We're gonna make a white
Matt, are you
t-shirt.
cold? It's 106
Okay,
outside. You must be freezing.
2023 year of the man nipple. Don't worry.
We're gonna make a white t-shirt. It just has 2 cold nipples on
Go
it,
ahead.
and then
And what else?
a matte tattoo, like on the side.
No, it's gotta be one of those embroidered
gotta
name
have-
badges.
And it's got to have butter.
Yes.
It's got to have butter stains.
And
underneath-
butter
underneath
stains.
your arms. I mean, come on, guys.
Oh my goodness! I feel like there's a whole
I think
nother.
that's our next SEMA jersey.
Exactly. So I was just gonna say,
Right?
number one, Cody. I don't know if you heard that. They were trying not to be on a pedestal. They were
I was-
efforting,
Cody doesn't
so
know anything about that.
I
I
don't
was
know if you heard
waiting for
that.
someone. The word pedestal
So-
was spoken. I was waiting for
and,
someone
and
to
them not
point it
wanting
out.
to be on it. So
Yeah.
I want to make sure you heard that. And number
Which is
two,
the opposite of what Cody tries to do.
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
and inside joke. And then so you girls ride, like, I want to know where do you like to ride? What are the, I'm
And
a
what do you
SoCal.
ride?
Thank you,
Well-
Jose. Thank you for participating, Jose. And what do you ride? Where and what do you ride?
Well,
Paige, what do you ride?
fuck off. Right now I don't ride because my top end blew on top of a mountain at like 12,000 elevation. Or I don't know.
Well, but that still puts you better than Matt because
Yeah.
Matt doesn't ride because he hasn't turned on his motorcycle in 4.5 years.
Whatever. We don't have to talk about that.
So up until actually both of our top ends blew at the literal same time. But we both ride Honda CRF 250Xs. But I think I will be moving to the Husky, the FA 350S. So I think that's going to be my next bike.
My
I'm still
nephew
on the
has
look-
a slightly used 2001 Yamaha TTR 125 for sale.
I thought it was 150.
125L.
Oh, 125.
That's an electric start.
Oh, look at
Uh,
you.
It's on the market if anyone's interested.
What market?
Facebook.
I don't know,
Facebook.
the dark web or whatever.
The dark web. Exactly.
But you want to answer where we ride?
I mean, I feel like we do a lot of riding. I mean, we stay pretty local, like when we can. So
And when you say local, where are you guys based out of?
we're based out of Thousand Oaks, California.
Southern California.
Southern California. We do go to Gorman and Cal City a lot just because they're, easy to get to. And recently we've kind of moved towards riding in Ridgecrest a lot more, which is probably one of our favorite spots to ride. It's just really great riding over there. We recently went riding in Bishop, which was just awesome and just beautiful.
If you go to our Instagram, there's a picture of my bike about a foot and a half in deep mud.
even more,
My entire front tire is in mud, but the scenery behind it, lush green grasses, pine trees, bright blue skies, snowy mountains. That was after my bike stopped working, and then we got it to bump start, and then I got it stuck in the mud.
It was real mud.
And then my dad came up and was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Well, I saw the mud puddle, but I thought I could go through it." Paige is
like designed to get there, dude.
Yeah, I was testing the gear to make sure that it was good. It was good.
It was good.
It was good.
That is, you guys are being silly, but that is something that, I mean, clearly you guys design these jerseys and get out there and get after it, and like, you know, they work because you're doing it.
Well, yeah, we put them through the ringer. I'm like, man, if we can get through, I mean, we're like, and that's where we're like, we're pretty good riders. We like to say we're intermediate who can do advanced things. That's how we describe our riding. Like, we're not these crazy shredders. Like,
how would you?
I can't ride with him, so
you will get smoked.
I'm a beginner that
Just the
shouldn't
bike
be
thing.
riding.
Jose is a beginner that can't do beginner things.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Jose, it's because you haven't had the right teachers. Come out.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a
I
ride.
would love to see that.
100%.
It's a Daisy jersey. That should be
someone told me the moment you buy a dirt bike, we're gonna go riding, and that person hasn't been riding once.
Nope.
Wow, you
Matt.
can come out
And
with
that's
us.
Matt, by the way.
Dude, no
And
mystery.
that was Matt.
All right.
Yeah, and at that whole time he was like, "Trust me,
Yeah.
if
he's
you get a
like,
bike
yeah. Oh,
and I
dude,
start riding, Cody will get a bike."
Yeah.
None of that's happening.
Yeah.
Dude, that was street.
Hey,
we were talking
I'll
about
bust
street
out that
bikes.
TTR 125L.
It's all right,
We'll,
dude.
we'll tear some
Dude,
shit up
I-
really, really slowly.
I rode that TTR. I think I told you this story, Case. I rode that TTR from Slash X all the way back to Dale Evans because there was an accident in the group and I had to ride it. And it was pretty much like Pee Wee Herman style, an apple on a toothpick the whole way.
It's like
It's like
imagine if you
R.I.P.
get-
Pee Wee Herman.
So
imagine like the dad gets into like the kids go kart
Yeah.
to ride it back home down the street.
That's
It's like
exactly
that.
what it looked like.
like knees were up. I'm like, that's
100%. Pegged as hard as I could.
The
And
rear shocks just like constantly bottom.
I had it pegged, and I couldn't keep
Bottomed
up
out.
with the Tyco quad that was out in front of me. like,
Everybody's laughing and pointing at him.
which they do anyways.
No.
But
I was gonna say, if I can finish the 25 miles in a
Yeah.
race on a freaking pit bike, then you could do that.
Yeah, we just did our first race out the Biltwell 100, and not just, I mean, a few months ago, but
Yeah.
I'm very impressed by you.
I was
Kelly broke your clutch lever.
I like tipped
And
over
then-
in the first lap, and I just happened to land on a rock, and so it bent my clutch lever, and so I couldn't pull my clutch in. And I didn't have any tools. I was just like, crap. So I'm sitting there and
Or your
finally,
hand guard into your
oh yeah,
clutch lever.
sorry,
That's
see the
it.
hand guard into my clutch lever.
been there, done
Finally,
that.
this woman comes up, and we're both like hammering a rock up. She like was on an adventure bike. She's like, I don't care, I'm here for fun. So we like jam it up. I finally get going again, and then so I go through that lap. Second lap, my freaking fuel line busts. It was like old and just busted. So then my dad had to tow me back, and he's like, "You're done, kid. Like, you're not finishing the race." I was like, all I wanted to do was finish this race. I don't even
Literally the entire time leading up to the race, Kelly's like, just as long as we finish, it's gonna be fun. I was like, yeah, as long as I finish in first. But like Kelly's like, I just want to finish. I don't want to get hurt.
Paige is a little more competitive than I am.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, it's all I want. So we get back to the campsite, and our friend let us borrow his like little Kawasaki pit bike. And I was looking at it, and I was like, do you think I could finish on that? My dad's like, you're not going to finish on that. I was like, dude, I will finish on this if they let me. So I go up to the race guy on it, and I was like, can I finish on this? He's like, I don't care what you do. I was like, and so they fielded up. I freaking was like monkey biking the whole 25 miles. Just
That's crazy.
And like by that time the course was rutted. Like even I was hitting things on my 250 that I was just like bottoming out. Like the first lap and everything was like this. By the third lap they were like this, and Kelly's just hitting them on the and I'm like, I'm cooking. My dad was trying to catch up to me to make sure I was okay, and he's a good rider. He's like, damn, I didn't catch her till like 3/4 of the way. and I finished. Yeah, and I'm finishing on the pit bike.
And where was that at?
They do that like just outside of Ridgecrest in
Spangler.
yeah,
Spangler Hills.
Spangler. I'm trying to think of the name of the actual Dirt Diggers.
Oh yeah,
area.
There we go.
That is awesome. Are you guys going to do any more racing once you get your bikes fixed?
Like I would do that again. Like I don't have any interest in doing like track races. That's
Although we finally did do track, and I don't know. I really liked it. We did it at the Over and Out Women's Moto Camp, and it was really fun. And that's where we got to see Vicky Golden, and she's just unbelievable. Oh my God. Watching her on the track, I was like, just amazing.
Yeah.
But it's pretty fun. I don't know if we'll ever like be avid racers. I think we just hop in to
Like
do
I would
it.
get a Biltwell again.
Yeah.
Like it was fun, but I don't know, man. I pulled up and I literally was just like stuck on the bike like this. And my friend's dad came over and he was like, "You're done. You can let go of the bike now." And I'm like, I can't. Like my muscle, like actually atrophied. Like in that position, he'd like prise my fingers off and like lifts me off the bike, and I'm just like on the ground, like ah, and like blood blister like my entire hand, and
Yeah, it's brutal.
my lips were so swollen they doubled in size. Like people thought I got lip injections at work. I was like, no, just the good old desert sun.
Yeah.
So it was fun, but it was definitely
We like to stop and like have a PB and J. You know,
Nothing better than a PB&J.
yeah.
The growth, like we've talked about earlier, the growth of the brand, like you guys have really done a great job of building up your reputation in the space and your recognition. And where do you see the brand going next, and how are you going to get it there? Like, is there more events to go to? Is there more collaborations? You talked earlier about more products, but like just in general, what's on the immediate horizon for McRey?
Yeah, so immediate horizon, like I said, we have our pants coming very, very soon. So we're excited to be able to market a full kit. And we just got to wear our pants for a photo shoot that we did a couple of weeks ago. And it was the first time that we rode in our like official, like these are the pants that we will be selling. And we both got to ride in them and wear them. And it was, we like, not to toot our own horn. Like I honestly was like really scared about our pants.
I was a little
worried.
Yeah,
because they're really expensive and they've been taking 2 years to make. And it's just been one thing after the next. I'm like, are these pants even good enough for like after all this? Like I was just like, are they even worth it? And then we both rode in them, and the photographer even, he was like, these pants are really cool. Like who made these? And we were like, we did. And he's like, oh,
that's why you're here,
Yeah.
jerk.
Hey, dude.
no, actually we were there.
Pictures of my pants.
No. Well, we were there for something else, and we just happened to like be able to sneak the pants in. So but like us riding around in them, we were.
Never mind. I was gonna go down.
We got our security.
Don't do it.
Security. No, but like it just, yeah, we were so excited by how the pants, like how they fit, how they felt. Like I was like, these are the most comfy riding pants I've ever worn. So we're really excited about that. We're working, our youth jerseys are in the process of getting printed. So we will have 4 youth jerseys to start with, and 2 of them are matching to our adult jerseys. So they will be like mommy and me jerseys. And then we will have jerseys for 4-year-old and 4-year-olds and up, basically, any age. And then, small, baby size. And then, like I said, we're in the process of designing 4 more adult jerseys right now as well. So that's kind of, from a product standpoint, that's what is in our immediate horizon. Event-wise, we've kind of got the standard slew of events: the Sand Sports Super Show, Off-Road Expo, Day in the Dirt type stuff for the next coming months. We took a little bit of a break from events. They're, to be honest, like they're just really expensive to go to, and it's just the 2 of us, which, I mean, we don't have to spend as much money on like our employees getting drunk and like eating and stuff, but it's just us.
Oh, you're lucky.
Are you guys hiring? What do you guys need?
We can only offer PB&Js in like Arizona.
You're speaking my language right there.
Beer. I heard beer.
No, they're saying they don't have to buy beer for employees.
We're saying we don't have to buy beer for employees, but
Never mind.
Yeah, we do the hookups. We both. Well,
Matt would like to rescind his application.
Rescind my resume.
But yeah, we just, especially like end of last year and beginning of this year, we found ourselves, we were trying to go to as many events as possible, get our name out there. We've met so many awesome people at events, but it adds up. And when you don't have the sales always to like support the journey to get there, it takes away from other things that we can do. And so we've made the decision earlier this year to kind of focus on our core events that are a little bit easier to get to, that we know, we have a history of doing really well at, and kind of just put a pause on some of the other events that might be a little bit more for pure like networking, not as much selling.
And just like shifting those efforts from the events, which have been like super awesome for us. I think like we're like, should we have done some money in the Star? I don't know, but I think it was like that we are a lot of personality, so I feel like events were a great way for us to get our name out there. But we decided, like, sat down and like, okay, this year, what does this look like for us? And just shifting those efforts towards like keeping the events that we know well, that we do well at, and the ones that we were thinking about, just pulling back and putting that towards like building our online presence and putting more effort towards just, again, like building that authenticity and more of that brand awareness and things of that sort. So,
and one thing we've really tried to focus on the past few months is doing a lot of like what we call our beginner series. So a lot of how-to blogs. We've kind of been slacking on the YouTube, the beginner YouTube stuff.
Hard.
I know it is hard. And then we filmed the whole how to hook up a trailer video. It was beautiful. We had 2 camera angles, and then my phone got stolen and we lost all the footage, and it was really sad. But just trying to do a lot more like how-to stuff and a lot of beginner stuff. And we've seen a lot of success online coming from that content. And so we want to keep doing more of that, and speaking to the people who, I don't know, because it's stuff that I guess we thought were like, to us, it's second nature. Like we're just like, oh yeah, we load up the trailer and like we go do our thing. And, we've had a lot of women say like, oh, well, I don't even know how to do that, so I can't go ride on my own. And we're like, oh, well then let's start like I guess taking for granted what we learned so long ago, just because it's like part of our lifestyle and it seems so natural, and realizing like, oh, a lot of people don't. We were very lucky to grow up with a dad who just taught us all those things, and it wasn't like it didn't make a big deal about it. It was just, if you want to do it, you're gonna learn how to do it on your own. And so,
sorry to cut you off, Paige, but I think there's a lot to unpack there. Like, whether it be off-roading or golfing or motocross or water sports, if you don't, in your instance, you had a father and a family that was like, this is what we do, and it's just, to your point, it's just second nature. But there's a lot of people out there that want to learn how to off-road, or they see a video and they're like, that's cool. They don't have anybody in their life that's done it. They were never raised to be campers and off-roaders, and there's always this, I don't know what to do. Do I need to spend $60,000 on a truck? Do I have to buy a rooftop tent? Like, all of those things. And that's one thing that I think has benefited the outdoor off-road lifestyle, that motocross, is content creators like you that are going, hey, let me help introduce you to this. And we've seen it in our own groups where people that are new to it, they had an inclination to go off-roading, and then they get the opportunity to come on a run and find a group of people that are willing to help them and show them and guide them. And now that they're flourishing in the sport and they're doing those things. And I think that's a great use of social media content and platforms to explain your lifestyle in a way that is approachable and resonates with the new person. And there's always so much intimidation, no matter what you're doing. There's always so much intimidation about just, whether it be being worried about fucking it up or, being a dork or whatever. There's if people find the inspiration through a social media channel or a friend or a family member to go out and do stuff, that's great. I love that.
I was going to say too, I think also coming from a woman's perspective, where, so many of the voices in the industry are male. And even if we've found that like men have been extremely supportive of us, like bringing us into the industry and whatnot. And like, there are like men giving tutorials and whatnot, but there is something that's just a little more comforting, where you're kind of like, this girl gets me. Like this feels like, if she can do it, like if you can see it, you can be it, type of thing. And I think that we're like shooting for that too, and a lot of what we do.
Well, and like to piggyback off that, 'cause that's the point that I was going to make. Like, even like Kelly said, men have been incredibly supportive of us, like of our presence in the industry and our business, which is so freaking awesome. But there is like certain lingo, I feel like that gets used to explain a lot of things, and especially people who have been in the industry for a while. And if you're not in the industry, then you really have no idea like what people are talking about. And I feel like a lot of times even the how-to videos use very like high level, like
they're like, put the X737 with
and
it,
then do this, like, and then do this, and then your exhaust is gonna match off. So you're like, what?
And I are like,
where's the brake?
This
Like,
tickle and this dongle, you put them together.
yeah, and so I feel like we just like in being ourselves, like, because we're not super mechanical, like we do not try to pretend like we know what we're talking about when it comes to like we know the basic, like we've learned the basics over the years, but like just being real with it, like, okay, see this is your brake on the right side, and then like this, and like just being, and like when we were filming the how to hook up a trailer video, like I forgot the words to like the official words to I'm like, okay, the ball and the tongue slides over, drop it down, crank this thing, and like just being real with it and explaining it in a way that's relatable, especially to like, and I don't even want to say it especially to women, because that's like there could be men watching it or guys watching it and being like, oh, I understand, but
that was me.
But I do think that
Jose.
to your point, and I'm not, you know, it's tough to try to relate in a way without sounding like a patronizing dick, but I do think that there's something to be said about representation. To your point, in seeing someone do something that physically looks and feels like you do versus watching, you know, if I see a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson doing pull-ups, like, well, this is how you do a pull-up. Well, yeah, that's how you do a pull-up. I can't do a pull-up because I don't look like that. But the point,
and like
the point being, like,
that's not to say like this is an example, but not that she's done it. Like Vicky Golden, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, and like a super incredible human being, and absolutely shreds. But like her explaining something isn't as relatable to me because I don't ride like that.
Yeah.
And my goal isn't necessarily to ride like that. And so just even if my goal was, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think
that's what I'm getting to is like that
just because you don't know the terminology doesn't mean you don't know how to do it correctly. Right?
Matt and I did air conditioning for a lot of years. We didn't know what half that stuff was called.
I still learned half the stuff. It's like, oh, is that what that's called?
You know the thing I'm talking about, the thing where
I've been calling that the Pookie Master for 30 years.
Yeah. I put the dingle hopper in the wrong cadoodle doodle.
Oh man. Well, thank you. Yeah. You know, you learn everything.
But I do understand what you're saying about the ability to do stuff and have that representation in a way that resonates with people that may be outside of the core group of individuals that participate in a sport or want to hook up a trailer or want to do anything like that. And I think that's what makes the stuff that you guys are creating so much more approachable, is because if you do forget what the word is for a specific thing, you don't cut and we're gonna have to start all over again. No, it's the dingle hopper. You know, look at it. It's the thing that looks like this. You get it. You don't need it.
Like this? It does. Okay, then you know what I'm talking about. Don't be a dick.
Yeah,
like
100%, 100%. And I am glad to hear that you have found allies and support in the industry, in a male-dominated industry, and I think for the most part, I think at least in the off-road overland space, I'm not as familiar with the motocross space, but I would say for the most part, the people in the off-road and overland space are welcoming to newcomers, are very welcoming to people that want to try something, that want to take their Toyota Tundra out on the Mojave Trail for the first time. They've never even aired down or put it in four-wheel drive. Absolutely, man. Come on. Let me take you under my wing and show you how to do it. Like, I really feel like from the outside looking in, it would be easy to say, wow, that's an intimidating group that I probably can't penetrate. But once you get the courage to do it, for the most part, there's going to be people there that will help.
People always I feel like the off-road community gets such a bad rap, but it's like people we'll stop. Like there's been so many times where we've been trail riding and one of us falls and like the rest of the group doesn't know and just keeps going, and someone else will ride by and stop and be like, hey, are you good? Are you okay? Like let me get your bike off you. And
nobody ever stops for me, and I assume it's
but we take a picture
Saints.
First. We go.
It's the Saints jersey. Like, just let that guy.
They saw the
figure
cargo
it
shorts
out.
and they were like, "There's no help."
That guy's outfit doesn't
That
even
guy's-
match. We
what's
can
he
just
doing
leave
out
him
here?
here to die.
The guy's got to learn somehow. Stay off the trails.
Yeah, and I think like, you know, again, just going back to, if you're cool and respectful and you're just like a down to earth human being, people are going to be welcoming of that. And if what you're doing is genuine, people want to see you succeed. And like, speaking to this industry specifically, and if you're, it's, you know, it's like, I feel like it's usually the people who shouldn't be talking, who shouldn't be running their mouths, are the ones who are running their mouths. And
Jose, keep it down
and
over there.
that's how it is. I think that's usually how it is across the board. But yeah, I mean, we definitely, I think, like, I don't know, a little nervous and just didn't know what to expect. But it's just been a constant, like, open arms hug. Much to my
totally.
dismay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
don't
at some point, you're going to establish, or you probably already have established yourselves, where people are nervous around you because you've already made that big an impact. Just something to think about.
No.
Yeah.
Hard to think of ourselves that way.
Jose was telling me he was very
We
nervous.
were all worked up. We were like,
I would love to ride with them, but I'm very scared.
No.
Jose sending that,
I'm
and you're like,
intimidated.
that. You guys have a Slack channel on the side.
No.
I don't.
wow, Slack
Jose-
channel. That's
Jose,
coming
what's
straight out of the office right there, Paige. It's not work. It's not work time right now.
What's a Slack channel, Jose?
It's like the DM.
It's the professional.
Oh.
Yeah. It's the
Whoa,
Stuff.
Jose, sliding into the DMs.
Oh, Jose's recently been spending a lot of time in DMs, right? I mean, that's like your new. Is that your new? That's your new favorite place? Your new happy places?
I don't know what you're talking about.
But inside the DMs, he's Carlos.
Oh, yeah. El Jefe.
Hey.
The DMs is like Tron. He's a whole nother person in the DMs.
We're big fans of Shoot Your Shot. We just did a whole episode. We just did a whole thing on that. Shoot
Although
Your Shot.
you are going by another name that's called catfishing, and we need to stop doing that.
No. That's my middle name.
Well, ladies, I gotta say, like, I'm so glad that we got you guys on the show to have this conversation. I'm so glad that you guys, you know, for the last 3 years, have continued to push forward with the things you're trying to accomplish, and you're receiving what I think from the outside looking in is a lot of support, and it's resonating with people, and you guys are continuing to build your brand and build your reputation, and I think the idea that you're now expanding that into even more products and more opportunities is exciting. And I gotta say, man, I'm super impressed with you guys, and I'm super happy for where you guys are at, knowing how hard it is to get there.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
No, I mean, it's not gonna lie. Like, I think March of this year, we thought we were just gonna close the doors and like call it, like, we gave it our best shot. Just it is hard, and when, you know, it's like you keep getting no's and things keep going wrong, and like I think by March of this year, not like a woe is me or like pity party or anything, but it was like we went to 5 shows in a row where we just lost thousands of dollars. Our graphic designer ghosted us. Like, our printer messed up 5 different runs of printing that cost us thousands of dollars. And then we had to go find a new printer. Like, our pants got delayed for 2 years. Like, there's just so many things that kept happening. The Mint 400 thing happened where all of our like stuff got stolen, and it just, like, now looking back, we God, we can laugh about it, and like, to your point, we always have fun. Like, no matter what we do, we always have fun with each other and with people around us. And I think that's the perk of starting a company in the industry that you love so much, and like really like doing something that you're passionate about, is that you'll have fun even when you're stranded in Prim for 5 hours. But like, all that being said, you know, we have each other, and when one of us is down, usually the other person is there to pick him up. Or if we're both down, like there was after that, we both didn't really talk about it, and we're just both feeling like really disconnected and out of it. And finally, I think one day we both just like broke down, and we're like, and we're like, oh, you feel the same way, I feel the same way. We're like, we're gonna be okay. And like,
it is like you have this, like all of those things are happening, and you're just like, we listened to the podcast How I Built This, and we're like, this just can't be it. Like and I feel like you listen to so many stories of companies starting where they kind of have that moment. Like it's rare that it's just a seamless into success.
Yeah.
And it was a lot. It was a lot for just the two of us to take. And we kind of had like a check-in, and then it was relying on the community that like, you don't see that you're building it until those moments happen where you see how many people have reached out to us being like, my daughters are excited to ride dirt bikes. They saw you riding dirt bikes, and now they're going to get into it. And like women being like, this post meant everything to me. And like, and you had to like rely on that and being like, we cannot stop.
Like we cannot give up on this because of everyone else.
Like for each other, and then like for them. Like there is a them now. And then before, for like a year or two, it was us. And then like now there is a them. And it's like, we have to push, like this is the moment we push through, and that we could reach the tipping point. And we have to do it for other, like this is bigger than us now, and this is bigger than even just the product, even though again, like that's part of it. Like this is for the women out there. They got to go be badass ladies and like do cool shit, and like again, just like take life by the horns and do whatever it is that means something to them.
I love that. I absolutely love it.
Crying, Cody?
I could cry right now because they're making motorcycle jerseys for my little girl, and every time I talk about my little girl, I cry. You guys, seriously, you guys are inspirational and awesome, and we're so glad that it's going well. And we're glad you didn't call it quits a couple months ago. I feel like I feel like there's so much more on the horizon for you guys. If you guys have not already, please go follow them. MCREY_MX on Instagram. Same thing, McRey Motorcross on Facebook. And then you can go check out their gear and a bunch of stuff at their website, which is McReyMX.com. And there's a ton of not only, like we said, not just jerseys, but lifestyle stuff. And you do have some unisex lifestyle stuff for the dudes that want to wear hats and shirts and stuff, and hoodies that have some cool designs. And you can support the ladies by going there and doing that stuff. I'm digging the pink butterfly shirt because I think it would be a crop top on me. And that's what we were trying to get from day one. But ladies, is there anything else you wanna tell us before we let you have the rest of your night back, or anything you want to announce? But because we're super happy that you came on the show.
Just happy to be
here.
Yeah,
thanks for having us, letting us tell our story. We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
thanks for the belly laughs.
Anytime, ladies. We'll talk to you later.
Sounds good.
All right. Good
You
job.
didn't
You
hang
didn't hang up. Good job, guys. Now,
yeah, exactly. We're used to it. It's like done with those guys. Like click.
yeah, click.
Like very reminiscent of our first meeting where it was just like us and Matt going off on tangents, and then Cody trying to reel us back in and being like, and back to
that's a Tuesday night for me.
I had to hold back so many times. I had to hold back so many times because I know Cody now. It's like, oh, he's just gonna shut this down.
Yeah, he can tell when I'm over it, when I want to keep the conversation going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first time we met, I think Cody's like, we just talked for 30 minutes. I still don't even know what you guys do. Oh yeah, that thing, our business, right?
Oh yeah.
We're still streaming, so don't say anything you don't want live on YouTube. But thank you guys. Great conversation. You guys are always fun. I'm so happy for where you guys are at and what you guys are doing, and I think you guys are killing it, and I just want you to keep going.
Thank you so much.
Now you're gonna make me tear up.
So I will I'll edit this tomorrow, and I'll send you guys an email once it's edited and ready to go. It'll be released on Thursday morning on all the platforms. Cool. I'll include some social media posts that we will use to promote it. Feel free to promote the show however you want. If there's anything else we can do for you, let us know. I'm planning on being at Off Road Expo. I'm sure we will be at Off Road Expo in one capacity or another. I just don't know.
Matt doesn't look convinced. Soul doesn't.
I don't know when it is. Like
Matt doesn't know shit about shit.
It's got to be in my calendar. And it's like, was it in my calendar?
It'll be in the calendar. He still won't know.
What calendar?
When
Oh,
be
that's
there.
my
Like,
other calendar. I always have excuses for things.
But we will be at Off Road Expo. So we'll try to connect with you guys there.
Yeah.
And anything else that's coming up, locally, and apparently Rain wants a jersey now. Anything comes up, you guys need anything from us. If there's anything we can do to help, please do not hesitate to reach out. We'd love to take care of you.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you.
it.
Yeah, we got a unicorn baby jersey in the works. So
Oh, snap.
Yes.
I would gladly wear that. Thank you.
A little.
that's what I was talking about for you, or like a little camo one. We have a little baby camo one.
Yeah, Matt, you can wear it on your head.
For babies. Okay. All right, I understand.
You can tie the sleeves like a bow.
I can wear it as a headband.
Like
or
40%
something.
to sleep.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. We're gonna keep going with some more stuff. And
hijinks.
Thank you guys.
So now you want to log out now?
Yes.
Hang up now. Okay.
Now. And
You can stay on the show.
I can't say that.
You
Bye.
can't contribute.
we're done with you.
What are we talking about?
You're welcome to stay. I don't know how good it's gonna be.
It's not gonna be good.
Sounds okay. All right. Bye, guys.
Good night, guys.
Bye, girls.
They are so much fun. I tell you, they are a lot of fun. Anybody need a potty break or?
I do.
Yes.
Okay. Potty break.
Diaper break.
You gotta change your diaper.
I'm getting there.
Mm.
Jose, I take it there was a new Land Cruiser that was announced today.
Yes.
You're
Yes,
all
there was.
excited about.
There it is. It's officially the Land Cruiser here in the States again.
What was it before?
Well, it went away a couple years ago.
What was the? Okay, so the previous model was what year?
21.
Oh, yeah, it's not even.
Yeah, but they've been selling it since 58 in the States.
So it went away for 2 years, and
Yeah, now it's back. Unofficially. Officially, unofficially.
and I think they want. I saw the chat room 80K,
No, 50K. It's actually.
but you're
it's
gonna pay 80K for it.
No, that's how
Like,
much the old one was. Like starting.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
wow.
2021 was like 90 grand.
Is that solid front axle?
No.
It's IFS.
Mhm.
4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Front rear lock.
Center and rear.
I don't know what that means.
The center one? The center one just like distributes the power equally, front and forward.
Front and rear.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Front and forward. That's what I said.
Front.
External combustion.
See, that's when you confuse me because I trust what you're saying.
It's the
I
external
believe
combustion
you,
engine.
and then front and
forward.
front and forward, and then I go and quote people or tell.
Yeah, they have.
Hey,
it has
I
a
have
front
an
and
off-road
forward
podcast,
yeah, it
and I
has a
talk
front and forward locker.
and then I look like a moron. Oh, I gotta go potty. You go potty.
Uh-oh, it's just me. I'm the captain. Yeah, I'm the captain now. Yeah, rear and center only. That's what I meant, Shy. Not forward and front. External combustion engine. Yep, 3 models. Been riding a lot, huh?
Me? Yeah. I'm running a ton. Went and did 16 and a half miles in Huntington. You got to come with us on this trip. Jason lives down in Huntington, my brother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
and there's a whole wilderness area
In Huntington Beach.
in Huntington. You'd never know it was there, dude.
What?
It was it was cooler than Fullerton Loop. We could have
Huntington Beach.
Huntington Beach, dude. I'm not even kidding. I'll show you the map later. He was like, we were gonna get together for a ride. And he's like, we can go to Laguna, we can go do Fullerton. He's like, but I got this area by my house. It's pretty cool. And I was like, yeah, let's just do that. It's simple. And it was gonna be hot, so I just went down there.
Mm-hmm.
And we went on this ride in this wilderness. We could have ridden for 2 days and never hit the same trail twice. And it was it climbs and downhills and flat.
What?
Yes, it was so much fun. I want to make it like a
Was
monthly
it
thing.
right near the beach?
Yes.
Boy?
Yes.
I'm Cuban, B.
It was. I was. You got to come the next time. We're gonna try to set it up for like a monthly trip.
Mm-hmm.
You still waiting for press?
See. She's doing her business.
No, she's sitting there on the tablet. What she's doing.
Oh my God.
Come on, dude. Let's go.
He's all, hey, pinch it off.
Hey, yeah.
Work it out. Shit or get off the pot. I mean, I think that's literally.
You know why your poop is tapered at the end?
Enlighten me.
So your butthole doesn't slam shut.
Okay.
Never heard that one?
No.
It was funny in the 50s.
When people
Not-
knew what
not-
tapered was?
1950s?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was
know,
there a
that's-
different 50s?
1850s? 1750s?
Oh, yeah.
What do you guys think about these aliens that are confirmed? They're confirmed.
I think it's just
How?
we've known they were confirmed for a while. We're just waiting for them to actually say it.
Yeah.
Matt doesn't
I'm-
believe it.
No. It's another like
Diversion?
this is it, and then it's not it. I was talking about that. What's Greer?
Oh, yeah. That doctor
what's
guy?
his first name?
Steven.
Greer. Like, okay. 20 years ago, oh my God, there's this. He's a doctor and he knows things or whatever. And he had those press conferences. That was supposed to be the game changer.
Yeah,
thing.
you know, like, I have proof.
I have a guy from the FAA. He worked for the FAA. Nothing. Nothing happened.
What's his name? I can't tell you that.
Yeah.
It's same. Like, I have proof. I have tapes. I have radar. I have all this stuff.
But
yeah,
I
where's
can't
that?
give it to you.
It's top secret. I can't.
Yeah,
just
I
give it to
can't
you.
just give it to you guys.
Same.
I'd have to kill you.
Cody, apparently that place you were at is Costa Mesa, not Huntington.
It's the border of Costa Mesa and Huntington.
All
Yes.
Shy was giving you shit about it. He's like, it's not.
I physically started the ride in Huntington.
Okay, I'm just saying. Don't kill the messenger here. I'm just reading what the comments saying.
Shy. But yes,
He knows. Trust me, he has connection.
I'm sure he had satellite visions of me the whole time I was there. He knew I was there.
He knew exactly where you rode.
Yeah, you're all, man, I went riding. It was a great time. He says, yeah, I know you had a good time. I saw it on camera.
Yeah, but I physically started in Huntington, went basically on the other side of the river, and there's a whole wilderness area and trail system back there.
He said he'll join us next time.
Let's go. And then we went to there was a sandwich shop for lunch. It was so good. Tide Pools sandwich shop. And then
Why do they call it that?
the owner's last name is Poole, Poole, and so they call it Tide Pools. And it's right by the
Because
beach.
it's near the beach.
Yeah.
Boy.
But yeah, super duper fun.
You take the day off work Friday, Jose?
What? No,
Can
I
you
can't.
take the day off work Friday?
No, I can't this week.
Oh. What about Saturday?
I have my kid this weekend.
No. I just think you want to come to that pure 4x4 event.
Yeah, I won't be able to make it. You guys are going Friday, Saturday? have the
We're
booth
setting
up
up
there,
we're setting up our booth on Thursday. We'll be there Friday, Saturday. So I'm gonna camp. I don't think Corey's gonna camp
Okay.
because it does tend to be a massive party. There is like a family section.
No one cares about that.
I'm just saying they have a section that they try to like have like earlier quiet hours and things like that. But his kid's like 6 weeks old. So.
Yeah.
You mean at 8:30 they're gonna come around? Hey, I need you guys to turn the music
Turn
down.
that radio down.
Yeah. Well, I think only people that are going to go to that section are going to be the ones that are probably going to do that anyways. Except for the ones that couldn't find a spot
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
party spot, and they were like, "Fuck it, we'll just
Yeah, fuck
crash
it, we'll just crash
the family zone. Fuck those kids."
Shy, have
There's
you ridden in that area? Do you know? Obviously, you know what area we're talking about, but have you been riding in that area? Cool. Yeah, it was super, and like I said, it was last Friday, and it was going to be like 102 here. So he's like, we either have, if we're going to go to Fullerton or whatever, we got to do super early, or we can do it down by my house. I'm like, yeah, let's just go down to Huntington. It stayed nice.
Go down by my house. It's only going to be 99.
Yeah.
Is that hot up there right now?
Is that hot?
No.
everywhere?
I'm saying that's what he told Cody.
Oh yeah.
Come to my house at the beach. It's only going to be 99.
Yeah, it's only 99 over here.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Here we go. You ready, Matt?
See.
3, 2, 1.
Happy Land Cruiser Day.
Happy Land Cruiser Day, Jose. Tell us about the new Land Cruiser.
It got revealed today.
I saw
at
that.
6:20 p.m. What
what-
an awkward time, right?
What is awkward time? It's almost like they
Well,
coordinated
6:20
it with,
p.m. like on the East Coast or something
no,
like that. 'cause
us, our time.
it's almost like they coordinated it with our show. I mean, but whatever. I did see that it had a 4-cylinder turbocharged.
It's that hybrid powertrain that the Tacoma's going to have. The TRD.
Okay.
TRD Pro.
that seems strange that it wouldn't even be like a Turbo 6 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone called it that they was going to have a 4-cylinder because it's a pretty big fucking SUV, you know?
It's
Yeah,
big,
like you think a Turbo 6.
but
Yeah.
it's super cool looking.
I fucking dig it.
I think it's
Mhm.
one of the
Yeah.
cooler versions of a new SUV.
I think Sean Holman coined it the best when he said it's like it's the current 80 series. So imagine my truck in 2023.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with that. It's got that same feel, but it's got very much like a it's like, the aesthetic of vehicles changes over time, where like back in the 80s and 90s everything was round and bulbous.
But you see a Porsche 911 and you could see where it came from, even though it's
yes
50 years in the making.
I feel
It's
like
better than that. What was that? What Lexus just released? They like the G.
Oh, the
it's just
GX?
called the GX,
Yeah.
right?
I would
It's
agree.
it's,
I
it's
like
better looking than that.
I would agree with that. I like it better than the GX.
But this is for like because the GX has that Overland one,
feel,
right?
yeah.
But this one's for like this is for the purist, right? But I mean it's pretty badass.
Does it come with a JBL speaker?
Bluetooth option. Bluetooth JBL Bluetooth
Yeah.
optional.
But it's
It already
It's
comes
a-
with a handful of alternators, starters, and
yeah, it's already multiple.
parts pieces.
With the $65,000 price tag, you're part of the parts replacement program.
I mean, surprisingly, it starts in the low 50s, base model. I mean,
That's like standard though.
yeah, but considering the last Land Cruiser started at 85,000, that's pretty badass. Like,
Yeah.
more people can get into this Land Cruiser than the previous one.
That's only like 10 G's more than you could get an 80 series built up right now.
I don't know, but they're in a fucking weird spot now because Toyota is, because they have that Sequoia, right? That's technically like the
Yeah, but that Sequoia is $100,000
Okay.
luxury SUV. There's like 4 people that are going to buy that.
I know, but then I have the GX, which is like 75,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have this thing, which is tops out at 65K. So where does the 4Runner sit in now? Because it's coming out next year.
It'll still land in that 55 to 60 mark.
But it's very similar to this. Like, why would you? You're like cannibalizing.
But I think there's people that are like Land Cruiser dudes.
yeah,
They're not going to buy a 4Runner.
No,
No.
if you've already got the
You know what I
hat
mean?
and the Indiana Jones vest, you're not downsizing
I think
to a
you can get a
4Runner.
discount. Like if you've already
And-
earned your Indiana Jones
I'm
outfit,
almost
you get
there.
a discount for
February
this.
be 5 years. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
4 years.
But this, if you buy early enough, they'll give you 2 years
okay.
on that Indiana
so-
Jones outfit.
Ooh.
Well, and
That's
depending,
incentive
depending on
right
how many
there. That's
depending on how many
incentive.
patches you have stuck to the ceiling, like there's a
Yeah.
there's a
You gotta
rebate
come in with your
program.
patches. Yeah. Well,
No,
worth-
You're telling me
that's-
it's only
that's
3
$20K
years
right
till
there.
I get the full outfit?
I'm
Exactly.
super.
You qualified full outfit.
I'm
So
super
you're
stoked
gonna-
about it.
I think it's
3 years into my 10-year loan, I get the outfit?
I mean, if there was a way I could afford it, I would definitely trade in my Frontier and buy this.
Yeah, I think this is going to be an awesome rig, and I don't even know what the specs are. Just looking at it and knowing what the Land Cruiser Legacy is,
Yeah.
it's probably going to be amazing.
There's a big asterisk next to this one because this one's not like the real Land Cruiser that the world gets. This is the junior one, like the Prado.
Here we go.
I'm just saying, there's like.
Does
Land
this
Cruiser,
one do 65 miles an hour on the highway?
Yeah, all day.
Is it capable of highway speeds?
Mine can too. It just takes.
It just takes a while to get there. By the
Okay.
time you get to the next exit, you're like,
Yeah, it's
shit,
like,
I just
fuck.
got momentum. No,
That's how I know like UFOs don't exist because fucking Toyota would have that technology already, and they'd be retrofitting those old busted Land Cruisers by now just to get them roadworthy on the highway.
But yeah, I think it's a strong move by Toyota to put this out and make it somewhat affordable, right? Especially since a Jeep Rubicon's gonna cost you 60 grand.
Yeah.
A Land Rover Defender is gonna cost you 75 grand.
100%.
All the above, right?
They're capitalizing on the
A Bronco, fucking
Yes,
70
I
grand.
was just gonna say.
That's to me it looks like that's direct competitor, right?
That,
is the
exactly.
Bronco.
They're capitalizing on the legacy of the Land Cruiser and going after the high end Bronco market. That's to me.
But
That's
does it offer some of the same stuff that you could get with the Bronco?
what's that?
But does it offer some of the same stuff you can get with the Bronco? The different
No,
packages,
The
just
Bigfoot
making
package
sway
with
bar,
like
the
stickers
locker.
and-
No,
like,
I
all
don't
that
know,
shit.
Case, but I think
It has a center and rear locker.
yeah, I think regardless of what the mechanical offerings are, the Toyota SUV purist has had to go with the 200 series, which is more of a luxury vehicle.
Yeah.
And convince themselves it's a off-roader, which that's not to say it's not a capable off-roader, but it's designated as a more luxury vehicle. Or the 4Runner.
How rich do you have to be to like four-wheel that? You know what I'm saying?
Not any less rich than wheeling a built-up Jeep.
Yeah, if you bought a used,
I'm just saying, no, but you're whatever you're spending out the door. I guess that's everything, right? Bronco, everything at this.
Yeah, dude,
Jeep,
like,
Bronco,
people that go
whatever
buy
you're spending.
Gladiator Rubicons and
Yes.
then dump 20 Gs and wheels,
Yes.
tires.
How
and suspension
quickly
and
is
armor.
there aftermarket support for this?
Tomorrow.
For this one, it's already
Tomorrow.
in the works, bro.
So again, you're up 80, 90K.
Yeah, but
Invested.
see, I
But-
would get the
but-
base model and just put bigger tires on
Yes,
it. That's it.
I was just gonna say with this vehicle, you probably don't need to do anything aftermarket to it for a long time.
Nah, dude, you just wheel the
for
fuck
the,
out
for
of
the
it.
dude, think about where he went in that Land Cruiser with on 31-inch tires.
That's not. I'm not talking about where people go. It's just what they do. Like they
Yeah,
they put,
for sure.
They put 37s on shit. Shouldn't have 37s or what? Whatever.
Yeah,
like,
people are gonna stuff 37s on
But
this thing.
you're
they shouldn't.
It's still under warranty, and they're still willing to put like 37s on something that's gonna nullify that warranty or put it into question. And people are gonna do it. That's again.
And I've said it multiple
that's
times.
my point. Is like people are gonna fucking do it.
I've
like,
said it multiple times. I almost wish I would have just left my Land Cruiser alone, like when I bought it, like just the way it was, because it's like.
That's how I feel about my Frontier. I wish.
You've left it alone for several months, dude. You've left it sitting in that driveway for several months.
You've left it exactly
it's
how
in
it
the
is.
Street. It's got cobwebs and shit on it already.
Jesus.
Sorry, I washed the cobwebs off, and then.
But this one, I would definitely buy the base model one and just put all terrains on it, and that would be it.
Yeah, and I think that would be more than enough
It'd
for
be more than enough for
time.
For a long time, exactly.
Yeah.
Bullshit. I call bullshit.
I just really like the styling. I think of any of the things that have been teased or released recently, the styling of this is really, really nice.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks like a real off-roader.
It looks like
it's purpose built. This one
updated 80 series.
From I don't give a shit opinion or point of view, it does look nice. That is a nice looking vehicle. I wouldn't touch it. I would buy that. Well, hold on. I would own that. And then I'd leave it the way it is, and then just I'd do some minor wheeling in it. But I think it's that nice. I don't know about beating the shit out of it or whatever, but it is a nice looking truck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
but we don't beat the shit out of our rigs, though. It'd be like you go do all the same.
We
stuff
don't beat
normally
the shit out of your rigs. Matt has currently blown up his rig.
No, he hasn't. But
is there anybody in the chat room that's gonna buy one? I could see Shy. Yeah, that's the first person I thought of. Yeah.
Nah, he said he's gonna keep his 4Runner.
Yeah, keep the 4Runner, but still go buy the Land Cruiser. I think it's gonna be a lot. And Perry, I think you're right. There will be a significant amount of dealer markup, just like there is on everything else right now.
Dude, how's that legal? Like, that's fucking bullshit, right?
You would think
you could drive to Tennessee or something.
Yeah,
and
open market. You can buy it from online.
Yeah, but the fact that you have to do that, like,
no, I agree. But going back to the Ford, I've talked about how much I want the new Ford, the new Ranger, and I read an article that said, "Yep, don't expect to spend less than $1,000 a month for the new Ranger, at least for the first year." Like that's just even if I was in a place where I felt like I could afford that,
yes,
I would not be able to convince myself to do it.
Exactly.
I would.
$1,200 or something for a car payment every month, like
yeah, it's just
my buddy just got a brand new Power Wagon. His payments are $1,200 a month.
Man,
for how many years?
We're
like
doomed.
8?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's so much.
I would assume 8 to 10 or something like that.
That's so much money. Like that's so much money.
Yeah, it is. So if I don't, as much as I want a Ranger Raptor, I will probably have to wait till it hits CarMax on the used
and
scene.
Even then,
no, 100%. If you got to be another level of wealthy or stupid to buy a brand new vehicle these days.
Let's all get a house together and just
compound. Yeah,
just a big compound, and then we can just buy all the cars we want.
Okay, yeah.
Speaking of buying cars, we have to address a question from Tyler. So Tyler,
from Snail Trail?
No, Tyler, horse trainer.
Oh,
I don't think he's in the chat room anymore. He was earlier. He sent me a message and said, "Okay, Cody, I'm looking into a newer vehicle. My Ram 1500 decided it wouldn't want to play anymore. It doesn't want to play anymore. I have a hauling truck already. I don't need 2 trucks. I'm thinking an Outback as a daily adventure rig. Would it be okay on the normal group runs that y'all do?" And
what's the alternative?
So I said, I went through a whole thing like, okay, what is normal? Because Mojave Trail is normal, but so is Big Bear, so is Johnson Valley.
I would say no.
That's what I told him.
No, because you're gonna be left wanting more.
You're gonna miss 25% of our trips.
I would say more than that.
You think so?
Joshua Tree, Johnson Valley, even some of Big Bear.
I would say try
Johnson
to.
Valley, like what again, I know you guys at Hammers or whatever did some crazy stuff this last time, but prior to that,
I would
know.
say get a.
Some of the hill climbs we've done at Johnson Valley, the Sand
Some of the
Bowl.
hill
I don't know
climbs
how
that
it's
I
doing the
did at
Sand
Johnson
Bowl.
Valley.
Get a real 4x4, 4-wheel drive.
Well, I kind of ratcheted up and said like a Bronco Sport would be a step up, and then
Woo!
And-
I don't know about that.
I don't think so either. No.
because
It would from an Outback.
from an Outback, a Bronco Sport is a step up, and then into the Cherokee or Grand Cherokee, and then you could just go 4Runner, which is a
Where's
very.
Renegades slide in there?
I kind of
Frontier.
avoided the Renegade.
Frontier is always the answer. Just get a
Yeah.
Frontier. You'll be all right.
Bang for your buck. Oh,
It's
Frontier
less
all
less
day.
money
Yeah.
than
But
it's less than the Outback.
He's saying that he wants a daily rig that's somewhat of adventure rig. He said the Midwest. He's in
There
the
ain't nothing in the Midwest that.
A
That's why
4Runner.
he's
4Runner. That's it.
The Outback
That's
doesn't even
money.
get that good a gas mileage.
no.
No, it doesn't.
No.
4Runner. Just get a 4Runner.
So he's trying to get his wife.
I
on
bet
board.
you the Outback gets the same gas mileage as the Frontier stock SV
Yeah.
4x4.
Yeah, probably.
And he said we were gonna. I told him we'd try to talk about it tonight, and he said he was gonna try to stay awake for it. So he'll get us.
4Runner. Just buy a 4Runner. Can't go even if it's just SR5 4x4.
Yeah, no, 100%. A used
Oh,
SR5
but
4Runner.
you're paying money for that. That's
For 50 grand.
He's not buying it new.
If you bought a couple years old 4Runner,
37, 38.
yeah,
Yeah.
but you're gonna
What's
spend
the
you're gonna
Frontier
spend more than that.
equivalent.
You're gonna spend more than that on an Outback.
Yeah, Outback Wilderness is like 40
Yeah.
grand, dude. 45
right.
grand.
I'm still saying Frontier is way less.
Yeah, but
I don't think he
he's
wants
already
a
got a
truck.
truck. This
Yeah.
is going to be a family vehicle / adventure vehicle. So I think he's looking SUV.
Either 4Runner or used GX. Like your brother-in-law's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I think depending on size, the Renegade is still
The
like
Renegade, yeah.
What did I not do in the Renegade?
The Renegade.
Pilot Rock Road.
Yeah.
That was pretty gnarly, and the Renegade was right there. You got up over that one like
Oh, that
hip,
was
crazy ass
it was
shit.
dumb. I shouldn't have done it.
You should not have done that.
Tammy doesn't listen to the show anymore, so I can admit this now.
Yes,
But it was stupid. I shouldn't have done it. It was
fucking
dumb. And
When you got to use your slider as a pivot point.
yes,
Yes,
that's
exactly.
it was dumb.
Exactly.
But yeah, you're
But
right.
The Renegade was right there. Like, it got back into some pretty hairy stuff, and it has all those different modes, like gear ratios
Mm-hmm.
or whatever to help you through stuff. Yeah, it doesn't have the greatest power, but the wheelbase is really short. It'll get you around a lot of stuff.
And for a commuter
it's just-
vehicle, a family commuter vehicle that goes on an adventure, the only thing he would have to do is do that puck lift and put some 30-inch
The puck
tires.
lift certainly helped.
I guess it depends on what he wants to do with it.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I can't speak to the longevity of it because somebody wrecked it. But I'll tell you, thinking back, that was a lot of fun. It's that conversation where, can I get this little thing like around these places or whatever? And in the sand, it was great.
Yes.
It was a lot of fun in the sand.
It really depends on what he wants to do with it eventually.
Yeah. And you could pick those up. I would assume pretty.
I was just going to
Relatively
say.
Pretty reasonable. But yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I still say SR5 4Runner 4x4.
Yeah, I think it depends on the size that you're looking for. First of all, like, what is this for? Just for you as a commuter, or is this as like a family vehicle? Because I would say that might be the one limiting factor to the Renegade is that it was kind of small.
Yeah.
There's not a
It
lot of
was
space
small.
in it.
Yeah.
But you could pick up
That was the positive to upgrading to the
an
Explorer
SR5
was
Forerunner.
The seating room in an Outback is not.
But that's similar to
Terribly-
Yeah.
Renegade.
I would say the Renegade and the Outback are same platform, but the Renegade's better off-road performance.
And the Outback has more storage in the back.
A 2018 Jeep Renegade Trail Hawk with 29,000 miles is only 23 grand.
Yeah.
At CarMax.
Okay.
Like that,
What
like
about
that,
a Toyota 4Runner?
that trail hawk for 23 grand all day long. Yeah, for sure.
30 less than 30,000 miles.
Yeah.
Did somebody fix up Monty's? That sounds exactly like her car, except hers was 2015.
Jeez.
Same mileage.
So a 2016 4Runner SR5, so 2 years older, with 125,000 miles on it.
$35,000.
27. It's still 4,000. It's got 100,000 more miles. It's 2 years older, and it's still $4,000 more than the Renegade.
Yeah.
But that
it
4Runner will go for
another
250,000 miles.
Yes.
The Renegade you throw away at 100,000 miles.
Yeah.
Do you? I mean, I don't know. It's assumed.
It is assumed.
Yeah, I don't know if he's trying to buy a brand new one or a used one.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm trying to find a comparable year and mileage one. Here, a 2018. Oh, that's the TRD off-road.
How much is that?
A 2018 TRD off-road with 80K on it, 36,000.
They were 36 or whatever 5
Brand
years ago
new.
when I bought my 2018 Frontier. I'm like, 36? That's crazy. I bought my truck for 24.
That's 6,000 more than I bought my truck for in 2019.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah,
It's
Get a
nuts
good deal
right
on
now,
the
man.
current gen Tacomas because everyone's trying to get rid of them for.
Yeah.
But I know he doesn't want another truck. But
yeah. No,
There's no deals on current Tacomas, dude. Everybody wants 10 G's more than they paid for them.
The deal on the Tacoma is bend over and take it. Like I'll
there
give you a deal.
There is a
you
Toyota
bend over
tax.
and take it.
There is a Toyota tax.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's why like, and that I brought up like the Jeep Cherokee, which is roomier than the Renegade and probably just as capable. The Grand Cherokee, I loved our Grand Cherokee. If our Grand Cherokee was a 4-wheel drive vehicle, I probably would not have traded it in. I would have kept it and let her buy something.
The WK2 is
very
an awesome
capable,
vehicle.
very capable, and you can probably pick them up for pretty cheap now.
Yeah, I don't know, man, or even just a base model Jeep Wrangler.
Nope.
No.
You could probably find a decent JK Rubicon for a decent amount, $30,000.
Yeah, but not Rubicon.
A
Sport,
JK?
maybe.
A JK?
Yeah.
I don't know. Rain seems to have some opinions on it.
Look how cranky he looks.
I know.
He's tired.
So trying to find a
That's how I look at the end of the show too. Just
tired and
cranky.
So a reasonably priced. Let's see. And I'm just looking at CarMax quickly, just because that's what we do here. But still at $42,000 for a 2022. But I don't like that model as much as the older one. 2021 is $40,000. That's the special 80th anniversary. There's a ton of them. Okay, here we go. We're getting down to the 2021 Cherokee Limited is 37. So under 40K for there's a $37,000 Trailhawk. That's probably the route I would go. Is the Grand Cherokee WK2, which is like 2014 to 2019, something like that. And it's a very comfortable vehicle that will absolutely get you out on an adventure. No.
Well, is he going to the mall? You know, is he
Starbucksing it up?
Yeah, you know.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I 100 Casey.
What's your adventure? You know,
I was just gonna say I would 100 if I was given the option of a Subaru Outback or a Grand Cherokee. I would take the Grand Cherokee all day long.
I would too.
It depends on if I plan on wheeling it. If I don't plan on wheeling it, I would take the Outback.
That's true.
No, I'm talking about event. Like he specifically said he wanted to go on an adventure. Here's a 2019 Jeep Grand Cherokee Trailhawk with 57,000 miles on it for $32,000. Damn, I kind of want that car. Casey, quit walking around in front of the air conditioning. Stop breathing. But I mean That's my. Oh, I didn't think about the Rav4. No.
Also $40,000.
Yeah. You wouldn't put the Rav4 on that list?
I would, but it's way too expensive.
Wow, we don't know. There was no dollar value given in the parameters of the conversation.
If there's no dollar value, 4Runner.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's the most Swiss Army knife of
Army knife, daily driver.
Mm-hmm.
The only knock
They look cool.
The only knock on the 4Runner is the interior comfort and amenities.
Yeah, but
it's a Spartan vehicle.
But it's gonna work forever.
Yeah, but
if you're from Athens, maybe not.
No,
especially the current one, like the current gen, the 5th gen.
Yeah,
it's dude, it's unbreakable. I mean, Shy beats the fuck out of his.
Oh yeah, for sure,
and it still runs.
I would choose right now if I had to. I would choose a 4Runner over Tacoma.
I would too.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. The at Overland Expo, Jose and I rode in that new 4Runner.
It's the current gen.
Okay, but I mean, it's this year model.
6th gen.
It's current gen, but it was the TRD off-road.
It's the current one.
It was super nice inside.
Yeah, like, dude.
That was super nice inside.
It was comfortable. Like, that guy was getting after in those ruts.
But the base model, the SR5, they're very plain.
Yeah, that's real baseline. Like,
yeah.
I take it back. I wouldn't. If I could, I would probably get a GX470.
Yeah, see, because you get that V8.
Mm-hmm.
But even Betty White's saying the 4Runner is more comfortable than his Tacoma.
Oh, 100%.
Well, wait, yeah.
100%.
Well,
the cardboard box with skateboard wheels is more comfortable than his Tacoma.
The 4Runner has cool rear sprung, not leaf spring.
Regardless of that,
not just that, but the interior feels more comfortable.
Yes. I can't think of any vehicle I've been in that's less comfortable. I used to drive bread box trucks for work, and I would rather drive that than a Tacoma when it comes to interior comfort.
No, but yeah, horse trainer. If you're, I don't know what the horse trainer 10, not 9.
Horse trainer.
If you
listen to me.
Yeah, listen to me. 4Runner. That's what you need.
Yeah. That's a good call, Jose. If that's within the price range,
yeah. If you can afford one of those, get one of those.
Yeah, that's it. Because to your point, Swiss Army knife of, you know, if you want something to do.
If you're thinking of a new Outback, you can probably find a used 4Runner for the same price.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What's the like the crash rating on the new Outback? I mean, a Subaru is a safe vehicle, but I mean, like
a lot.
Is it?
12 kilograms.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
What is that in American Eagles?
Will you quit hitting the table? God damn it.
I just shifted my leg.
You've been hitting the table all night.
I have not. That was the computer that you put next to my foot.
It sounds like something you'd say in Vegas.
Quit hitting the table. I'm trying to change my lug. Damn.
Yeah, that's Tyler. I hope that helped.
I'm building an Outback right now, and the amount of money he's putting into it,
he could have bought a 4Runner.
go do what he could have just got a 4Runner, and then like that's it, and a couple of ditch lights, and then he'd have been like at the same level.
I hope he doesn't listen to this. He's gonna be like, God damn it.
Well, I mean, it's a super cool Outback they were building. We're putting a ton of shit on it, but it's like,
you're like, bro, you know they made 4Runners.
We're putting all this money into it. It's still not as capable as,
exactly
a stock
4Runner.
A stock 4Runner.
Yeah. But I do think Matt's point about the Renegade is also valid. Very capable. It's not as capable as a 4Runner, but it could definitely get after it when you need it.
It's also much cheaper.
Yeah, it's all half the price. Yeah. Okay. Casey, pure 4x4. Talk to me. What's your plan? What's Bear Valley going to do this weekend?
We have a booth up there, pure 4x4. It starts on Thursday. Thursday, it's open to vendors and VIP guests. They're doing free tacos and beer Thursday night for vendors and guests, VIP guests. The actual show itself, like the vendor row and all that stuff, as well as runs, raffles, all that stuff starts Friday. I think gates open at 9 a.m. at up at Holcomb Valley Ranch. And they're trying to this year they're doing something a little bit different than what they've previously done. They're trying to make it like a whole festival more than just an off-road show. So they have like a crap ton of live performances. Like it's going to be like kind of reggae heavy as far as the live performances go, like that kind of vibe.
Contact high, bro.
Sounds like
you don't have to buy.
I don't have to buy.
Sounds like if I showed up on Thursday for the free beer and tacos, my runs would start on Friday.
And then another thing they're doing is they're doing a couple of silent discos, which we're really curious about because we read up on them, and it's where
headphones
you have a DJ, on the ones and twos, and then everybody just wears headphones and is like logged into a Bluetooth speaker or whatever. And so everyone's just dancing and there's no sound.
Oh, you got to get video of that.
So yeah, so we're very curious about how that works. So, it sounds like it's going to be a humongous show. Tons of vendors.
It's going to be big, dude.
Trail runs. It's humongous, and I think this is the biggest. This is probably going to be the biggest one that they've had. At least in SoCal, because I know they do it in NorCal as well. But I think this is going to be the biggest one yet so far in SoCal.
This is once a year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think camping is sold out. There's no more VIP passes, no more camping passes, but I think you can still get in on a day pass, which is like $40 on their website, pure4x4.com or whatever. So
I'm gonna go up Friday for a couple hours in the morning.
Can't not this week.
Yeah, I'm unemployed. I can do that. I got a couple more. I got 2 weeks to be able to. I got a week and a half.
Yeah, you better live that shit up, dude.
Dude, no more naps.
Oh, do you hear that? That's the top. That's the clock ticking away on you.
Clock ticking away on my Cody's happy time. Cody's good time, happy time, daytime nap, bike riding adventures.
Daytime naps.
So I'm going up Friday for a couple hours, and then we are not going to do a show next week because I'll be on vacation. I'll be, after all these months of unemployment, I really need a break. I really need to take some time off and sit by the pool in Napa, and so that's what we're going to do.
There's something else coming up though that's like 2 weeks after this weekend, after the Pure 4x4 event, is the Tailgates and Tacos. Maybe you've seen it floating around.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really small event, but I think it's gonna be a really cool event.
Where's that at?
Up here in Big Bear, up at like Lagunitas Lodge.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's which weekend?
I think I want to say it's like on the 19th or something like that. There's potential to have a booth.
If there was only a way for us to check.
Well, it's probably not there, but
nope, I'm not finding it. If you search tailgates and tacos in Big Bear, it's not there.
If you went to Instagram and looked up like Big Bear Vacations or maybe Low Pressure Crew, something like that, they would probably have a post about it.
Okay, well, we will figure that out when that's going to be and see about going up there because we definitely want to get to more of those events. But you guys will have a booth there at Pure 4x4 for the whole thing. Okay, so Low Pressure Crew, Tailgates and Tacos, Saturday, August 19th. Pool party, raffles, vendors, 8 a.m. parking, 9 a.m. the pool opens, 10 a.m. It's going to be at Lakeview Drive in Big Bear, California. There's the Bear Valley Overland logo on there. Check that out. So you guys will be there.
We'll be there. We don't necessarily have a booth. We're donating some stuff to the raffle, but we'll have a presence there.
Okay. So we might be going up there for that to hang out with Casey for the day. All right. Well, I mean, if you guys are going to be at Pure 4x4 this weekend, hit up Casey and Corey at the Bear Valley booth. Casey was going to do some recording, but Jose didn't bring the recording machine, so now I have to figure that out.
It's probably just as good on my iPhone.
I was gonna say you can just use your phone.
Yes, I know.
That's what I was planning on doing.
Yeah. So we'll let you guys know how that goes, and then Casey will talk about it 2 weeks from now because we're not going to do a show next week. I got to let next week's guest know that we need to cancel, and go from there. But thank you very much to the McRey girls for hanging out with us. Thank you to Tyler for the topic of what kind of SUV his wife should get, or he should get, somebody should get. And thank you to everybody in the chat room that were hanging out with us. We appreciate it. You guys are always fun.
Spoiler alert, it's not an Outback.
Just probably wouldn't be my choice, but I don't know the circumstances. But all right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. You guys have a good night. We'll talk to you next week.